There were no Samoan lawyers in this industry back in the day that were doing what I'm doing, which is giving back to the Pasifika community. A lot of people see lawyers in the negative light, and my job is to change it. And how do we do that? Step by step. We build the trust in the community. And that's all I want to do, is I just want to help my people and do good things for my people. The biggest problem is that we're underrepresented. We are unaware of our rights and our entitlements. My job as a Pasifika lawyer in Queensland is to educate our people. The best part of my job is being able to see the smile on my people's faces, to be able to see them progress on and move on with their lives. We have a saying in our firm that says, our job or our mission is to enrich the lives of every single one of our clients. And I believe that to be very true. The best part of my job is leaving our clients in a better position than before they met us.
Samoa ina ia pule he matai aua olo na sua faua vaerua ia tamna na fua le tetea ai mani no lava ole mata ole vai ole a ano moni ua le toi ai ni matai.
whatalofa atu nei vaenga o le afiafi. I le paia maulunga o e lava o mau mai nei whaasalalanga I lunga upenga tawhailang. Ma lol soifua maua, ma lol lange ma. Whapito ngafa fwis whatalofa atu le malu o Samoa o Poto. Ale ngata fwoi lea paia maulunga o Samoa e mpapa au so se tafa o lalangi. Ia o tau paia, o tau malu, o sa mawhengata. Ia o le ale o ise leo le au nanga. Ai paulava lea o te whatu lou, o whatalofa atu, le swafa man malo, le tato lii ma le tato whaola o Yesu Keriso. Le neia fiafi ma lol soifua maua, ma lol lange ma lo foi tau atai man wha ma lo si fe au manu ngaluenga nei aso. Ia o lo tau sila mai. Ia o le show mua le nei o Laulua Fesilafa'i. I le nei tau sanga lua afe lua wha, I o mawai atu fo ia lua afe lua tolu. Ia au tato a matalia fo le nei tau sanga. Ia I le alofa ma le anga lei ma le pule whaito tasi o tato tapa au si le langi. Ia o nei tae au o nei afiafi. Ia ese le mātango fie ma le mānai o le tato porkalame. E tolu o tato special guests. Tolu vo ia na yalo ma whanau o nuu umo le Pasifika. Ua whaavano ina fo I lato taimi. Ia wā tato porkalame nei po. Ia o lo iai ia le li pese. Ia junior maangele. Se tasi foi o lii ia mai la fio anga neo iwa. Ia awale a fio o salva lasi. Ia ma toto o lii. Ia ale ngata foi lele ala tai o le awanae ma le mamalu ia sa sulu. Ia opa ia ma o whengatau le ale o ai ia se leo mataia. Ia ai lava le tatonunga. Ia opa ia lava o lava le whavavau. Ia malo le soifua maua. Malo foi le lange mama junior. E iai foi nisi o tatou guests. Ia o nisi foi o alama whanau. Ia o se tasi foi o lii o le psychologist. O lo whaatuina lava lona ia pisi nisi nei Brisbane. Ia e sau mai le nuu nei o tonga. Ia o lona suafa po longa inoa o Shane Senituli. Ia ale ngata foi lea. Ia le tatou guest muli. Ia o le fionga ia tupuola. Ia po ato. Ia whaongali. Ia awa. Ia sahaena. Ia malu nai tu o le tatou atu nuu. Ia ale ngata foi lea. Ia si umu. Ia o nai o tatou guests ia. Ia se uma. Ia mai ana o atu la ia o se tala. Ia I nai tu o le tatou porkalame. Amo nei taimi. Ia whatalofa atu. Ia te oe junior. Ia le li pese. Ia ma lo soifua. Ma lo foi lange ma.
Ia ma lo ia whatalofa atu fo I lau ko wha makaia. Ia o le whaalawa ngai kasi. O pa ia mausa o le ale o I fo iswa makalanga o ngā mai le upo le kungu. Ia o le ia I vivia. Ka kalakalau. Ia o whaalpengali ngei po. Ia e alu ngei po ka ngofu. Ima ia ai whamalo I lau sunga whonga pukalambi. Ia ki whaftai atu fo I mo le awanoa whaau. Mawai fo iswa atalatala noanga wa fo ia ni kālengi wa fo inga fo I tamai langi mo tātou. Ia o te whatalofa atu fo I Samoa. Ia oi lava lo mai moa mai. Ia whatalofa atu ma ua maleuso nei I nei Brisbane Australia. Ia ma lo lava le whatotole nei aso whatai.
Ia junior. Ia o le mafuanga ua mua mawhai oi ona maua ia tā mawhitanga ia ona o se tūlanga ua fia whaalawi loa fo ia lau oi tā leni. E ala I le musika. Molo tau sila fia o se alo fo I o Samoa lo tau mawhai o lo tau atia e fo ia nei tā leni. Tele mano anoa I tangata o tato atunuu ua tā lenia fo I nei vaenga junior. E aso wa ai.
Sa o le sau noanga uso. Ia ai ele I o atu le whaafesili uso. Ia mua pēr o ngā introduce pea la ngai ka ngaka ma lo full name ia o ke lo la maka mai fo ngisi a inga ia manu umala fanga ia o lo wingo a to lava ale fo sio mangele ia ai o le ngole junior o tuina tonu ona o le ngola valenga a maka mai ia au ka mufainga I me ka pesi ia inga ua mai au e ngai o maku e New Zealand. Shout out to my parents in New Zealand o mawili mangele matik makilepa yang ku elale ngole junior ia wa elua ia alfosio mako ainga o le alfosio matua ia maule la titile ka kala aku ia wa kolus fulo ka sanga ia o lo fa ngau ia fai foi se ainga ia ai sa olile so no nga uso kele lava ia kele o kaka pepese ia o vaaya ko ai e manga ia la ka vaaya ko ai le kule inga me o kalengi le inga ia lo fa ngau fuska ko ia e la ngonga ia fia male e fo ngalo loko wa e ni se me kaunga o le kalengi a feng fo ile kur kalengi o e kaunga e faali kalengi pe foi la o fo I kaunga fainga ia a maka mai lava I Samoa a maka lava o fia o pese I Samoa I meio meu loku ma kampania an mako e kalesia pe a fai moli mau ia pe se kale kunga e sa o leu fai sinko akele ko pulanga fai a ka ko wa join il musika ma o vai ko lo konfengeling kam fai yes
fa tai lava ia o le nei ava noa ia e moli atua le fa talo fai inai tua a ia e fa sino wa ia ale fosio junior ia mangele ma lo vol soifua malange mai a te ulua matua ia fa ma lo tu fo ia te ulua ia awa ia le fa tua foi ale ngata foi le ia le sosoani I le atali po le uso ia awa ia le nei tale ni sa o lele lava ia le famatalanga a faia o tu atu le tua ia tale ni e te pese ia e pese ia ale anga ia awa ia e tau le leilo pese pe o mafu anga voinga ai aunga e aunga ia o nei mea o le lotu I to tonu al tātou atu nuu ma tonu al tātou anga nuu e se tāu o nei mea lotu a waia tau atina ina o tāleni ia o fea ia lo lotu I Samoa po ia o te iloa ia leo whaafonga me Samoa o iwa ia le awhioanga po le lalawhanga a junior ia au fea ia oia ia le aso langona I mele o le tāleni e a mata mai tonu lotu.
Whaftai mo whafsid ka oel sid. Ia e peo ngā whaiakul kaimi wa solar. Ia sa wola mai kongo le kalesia le whakasai kongo iwa. Se wola le whanga se ngu iwa. Ia mule kufui whamalo se nu. Ia o le whakasa o wola mai ala e whaingo o le kaiki. O le memo mua auso, sa o ausa wola I whakongo o le maku ainga, sa le a ingo se o kinga. Ia sa maka le loku katoliko, le loku popi. Ia alu ai le ua whailangi whaulanga le asia o grandpa le ngā mafuenga mako o le kalesia. Ia le liu mai loma ko le whakasa le kalesia si o grandma matua yo si o tina o le alunga na le langa ilo uia o langa loku I le whakasa le I iwa o le kere ilo peke sila fia o le kasi le o au kalavou mai le kalesia le o makua le lei mei o whawhifianga ia e o foi ngo wola I whale lei o leo ka ngaka I o ke alu mo minko e foi ngale kai me fai pese o loku ia inga wa o join la le au kala vau al mako e kalesia ka iki iwa inga makai longa wa lui me o pese ia o nga pese kupulanga wa ka kupulanga ia O join e la ia a maka mai loa ngā lo ulanga pesi. Lo fia me lo pese. Ia. Si kai mi whanau kwa lai pa urua le me. A lai alu. E alu a kako pese se. Ia kei lo le whawhonga mai fo inisi o le moli mau winga la ukala i smakongu. Ia o ufu i ngā makua lolo so i fua o mai i wa onga i kolis. Ia. Ngā sa a vero mo mo salilo mo fau o le musika o le musika o fia ke pesi e pe o le kali mo fa sit
ia tai lava e vai ia fa fonga mai ia Samoa e se le taua o le lotu e se fo taua o le au nanga polo ola tap wa i le tua e ala i ta leni o fo ai mai le o tātou whafonga, mau o tātou moli mauina. O se tāleni sa tupu mai tono o mea tau, mea wha le lotu, a le ngata foi le tono o le whiau mananga luenga o le atua. Ia, so o se mea la e tupu mai tono i, ia, tau mawhai ata mai te, tau mawhai ata mai te o ia tini ia le mea la e mana na o ai. Ia awa iei se tali tonunga, ia ina ua na sau mai Samoa nei i Australia, pe na sau afe New Zealand, pe ngai afe Fiki, o whea mea ngā whelova.
Ia lau kamanga, ngau sau mai Samoa, ngau sau Samoa ngā ele mafu e taule kulanga o sila fia fu kako sau lalo saliliu mai o na yo matua ye New Zealand o le usolo kama ya first of all o ngai o ma ku mo isa u bola mai ngila lang o ke fia acknowledging o la o nga mali liu la vo like o like sorry ya o ali liu mai la yo u le loi full kas lo sul ia am kanga lo sul lo sa o le New Zealand ngai ma ko ngai linga mai ya o mo foi lo New Zealand i kausanga e lip ma le kausanga o foi New Zealand o foi ngai o kilangi ya sa o foi ngai luenga nga ma kai lo foi ngai luenga lilo yo manga o le o ia o kom foi ngai melo o ia kai mingi wa lo ka o kai mingi o le o lo kong whainga le, o le wā makanga e lunga ngai o kong whainga. Koe al koe whai ila leo kālengi, i leo manga kue se me inga ua o lifo New Zealand o whainga luenga i o kau inga pele story inga kupu New Zealand ia, ele maafu e ka. Inga ua o whainga luenga i New Zealand, o ke a maka i le kolu le fiafi, o ke maawara le sifuru silpo. Ola o me o war fa ka ki kala au ke le lo ka ski kala sa o ke le lo ka ski kala a war fu fingal beka e ki nga ka ningo o mai ka sa mo ko fa ka i lo pese ko mo ko fingal beka o la ki o me la ki fi ya o foi nga New Zealand o fi uma la ke le pu era u la pasi ke lo fingal beka le ko le fi ya mo la ki kala ni pas ya mo la ki kala e winga o le lo ka ki kala ya mo o ngolo ma fo fungal ngali ai mi ka fa pe e musika skama ya o como ya que ma fa ngali ya fa mai si ka ya ko fsi ki lo ka ki kala se ka ya o mai ai por nga ka ya mur ki kala lo ka yo la ma sangi ya fa so mo aka e ke alu ama mo ki kala yo fa o le ko le ma ko lanchu a lo finga ben au saula o ma break yo saula ka ki ngari lo ka e sal vol ki kala ia isi ka makonga nga sa mga fakas sa famayo nga ilang piya ko mang benga pu epis sa walwela pu ele pese kas ya fai foi mga fai ngo fa miska mo bole anga lang laptop il kai minga il ole Laulua Fesilafa'i nga o como fai la isu ska ka fo nga le ke alo fo nga le fi mga omisu soangi me ya ul melo ke ma fo fa o lo mo fa ole musika ole Mea le avea ulunga ma se kālingi whunga le ka kilo le ka kau avea. E pei ka i wālua lu mama whakau ma se ka makonga ngā ule kaungu ma pese kasinga ngā record. Ia, osu e su e loi lunga le Facebook. Ola o osu e ngā whai lunga le Facebook ngā mau e lolo o vangu ke sa ue ngi i Australia. Ngā o message mai se kasi fo i o kasi o uso. I ngei Australia isingi kan ngā usawe. Ia, e whai anga pese o leva, whanga pese le uso la uloa fo i Samoa i mea ka musika le uso le ia Al Johnson Mariner. Ia, shout out to my uso Al Johnson. Os ka male ngā usawe lo ngei Australia. E whai langa student whaka awal. Ka usawa parme sa. Ole pumo mo fo i o le mea ngā ka mwhai me musika ska male. Whai ala oi, lau okay ale aluanga musika o mo fo yang se lingi whaakau ala ni whaakau musika i lunga. O sa rela ma makai loa ngalo ulanga musika le lua fe suvat inga usau mauas kamale nga text mai ngol Facebook. Vaila le kamu sangale. Ua inga ngi sila e sa skali o ngala ma fo fau le il kaling musika. Ia ole kala nga pe ole menga nga maka mai lolo kung fai vunga le mero le musika so ma makalo skamba le Al Johnson Mariner le kung fai ngalo ka le ngi le o ke le pesera o le YouTube ma pu e masius ya me se fuila se uso lo manga le kaminge shout out to Mauso Alpha Mariner as well Mauso le producer ya si so volen se swang malo si musika ole ka le vunga fa siliuso
ya ia whawhtai lava Junior, nā wautou whawhonga mai. Pe whamai ia te lei loa salu se ki kala. Alua ia e makua ia e fulia e whaikaling. Pawan me laki e ia sia li ire o laki o le whasia i o le whalwhainga luenga i o New Zealand ki ngāo ka lima karaka. Ia ai le ai, onga o le ngau kālingi. Esele ka ua o le ngai awa onga mo ngai o kako alo ma whangau. O le ngau ka lengi i ngai a kupukupu ae ma ia develop lele. Ia o le ala voi ngā o se ala awala voi ngā ua o mai ai ngai Australia. Ia whawhkai ngai uso ua maua i fo ia le sosoangi. Ia ua ala i fo i o ngā ese e ai maamalia i ngai Australia. Ia e ka usa o kwa le yang o avangoia e le au maua ai whawhkai ia o keiloa ia ngā la ko whafonga mai la i pese lau kama ngā ko whafonga mai la o le iei ngai new release ia kwa lakua i Laulua Fesilafa'i new release Junior ia e lafo kia o e kango introduce mai ia le kako la vai foi ai lafo ko e kango introduce mai ia le kako pese mua le la kako malolo iei
ia whawhkai ole pese mua le la whaalaku nunga kako ala le ia ole more release le pese le ole one of my latest release i lunga le YouTube ole pese ngole T-Pain o le pese le sa whakuinga le uso leo Al Johnson Mariner o lo kama mombole nga producing ka pese le nga usua nga pese le mai vul whakanga o ke usua ia ele o se pese cover o le original le pese ia o le T-Pain le lunga le YouTube fa mole nga i uso ngai le pese nga T-Pain al pese nga le la kakala ko le kako fa mo le ngai po ia nga muli angula ia nga release ka ngula yo ka ko pisifobia new releases o le pesele o le latest release le mole so.
Let's say I'm working on a research paper about the future of renewable energy, and I come across a study with findings
Here we go again, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So we are. mai mai anale ai timpei Sawi me se uso mai longa ole fua awe ke pisa Yo apeta yele tu amole taleni Saya for ina ia usa paya
Ia, malo soifua, malo foi fa malosi. Na wo tau fa fonga le pese lau kama. Ia, mea foua nga wo lako original. Nga wo kou fa longo o original mea nga wo lako ele o ni mea mai lalo kafi ese le pefunga vaku la ia vange la fiafi. Le ai, mea foua le wo release aku ngai Laulua Fesilafa'i. Molo kou silafia. Ia, okay, loa o lea e iai le story kua o kako pese lea, pe o le pese lea o le T-Pain. Ai lafo aku i lau sunga. O lea le story po le mafua anga o fai iai le pese.
Kai mal fasilius. O le maali o le story kua le pese lea. Yo e lo fo i kako o mo suanga kupulanga kako i Samoa. O le pese lenga kusia si uso leo Al Johnson, Mariner. Ia le sa uka koe rephrase li ngisi o upu. Ai e whakakau o la kei lo la e wakule ngor o ka pese nga ingoa T-Pain. Au le mafu anga le pese. O nga le kalunga u pese mai loa fisu valu ia e ai ku side fo inga le e supporting o e ka fu inga foi le fai ngoi ka ko mockery pe po ka le ula ia pese po ke le ka foi ngale manga o ka o haters e ke le nga po haters ka foi ngai le fia ia fa ku ia ngala ko foi le upule va beli ma ia fai masingi e fai masingi pe le lila fai o masingi mara fai le la le kai ma ngai sa fa no o le mela nga fa ko le pese le o ngo ilo wala kupu ai ka ilo ala uia fa longo o T-Pain nga inventing le masingi le keling fa nga ka ko kami ia masingi le pesi le ku kongolo le ma ia la le la fa ngoi lo le pesi a le story a ko le pesi la sa wai o le ka e fa le kala ai le foi nga sa we punga lunga le fuel mele le ka fa ia ku ia ele fa pela foi pes ngale against ku ga ka ai le yo la fa foi ngale langol mele kupu i o lango ka pesi ile ulo me ka e ka ulang kali ku ka pesi ia va pe ia sa ula ilunga fa foi ngale pesi sa u pela ilunga pe fa la pe ke fa la pesi without order to na ia o pe se o le story ngale ko pesi al menga fa ngoia T-Pain e do fai ngongal masing e fai ngoia T-Pain o ngonga ia inventing al masing pese kali ngai lo fasili
ia fa kai lava ia ma ngai ia ia le aikia po le mangaku nga whaku ai le pese. Ia whapenga ia ngei o langa le kau ke iai. E alua ia kangaka whapenga. Ai whawhekai ia o loo iai. So se kangaka pese, okay loa, so se kangaka pese whapedea. Ko kele kangaka ai mai se askama wanga le o T-Pain. Pe e ulo ai kangaka. Ia ile auto-tune, ka ua la wanga le auto-tune pe o whkango whangal masinge ke ua ile leo. Ia awo o whaalongo fo ile leo o T-Pain ai le o iai le meanga. Le ai o le makua le leia o le leo. Laulua Fesili via whai aku. O lea sau oe whaukuanga. O lea sau o leo kako kalangoa i mea lo kukupu i kongo i leo langa o le kamapo le kengi pese. O lea sau oe whaukuanga mo alo mawhanga o Samoa o lo whapenga o ngā lo kama whai i ngei kālengi. Inga ia whamalosia i fo i lākou?
Mā ia whawsili. O la ua ia whaukuanga ngaoa i ngai uso ia mku whawhinge fo i le kau whai me le kālengi, le kālengi pese. O ai ei, o ai le ko kele o la pese i o ke vai aku le e mei Samoa. Kele fo ia studio pu e pese i Samoa. O asola, e kaulengi me i o studio pu e pese i Samoa. Pe a maua pe kasi pe lua. Ia o vai kamingi e kele studio pu e pese. O le whiwhianga wela ngai i a mako Samoa pese ingi. O ngai vai kuru i leo mai ngai kamakira mai. Pa maa ngai a leo mai. O la ui ala whakua ngai. Ku lei ar ka lengi. Keep pushing awange i popole foi i kala kangakanga fai ka fai koso oila ile ile benefit o kala kangakanga ka fai koso oila o ngai fai kula ko kala ngola ia share solo me fa maula foi ngal pa ola la wilo foi la pese la va ku ala maka is kangaka ia ma kile ya nga kele ia ka fia lau kale le nga kanga ia lo ia platform se fanga ve lunga fa ka ui pes ia nga mau se lengi ka se la nga ola u ia nga fokuanga our few kalengi ku le awa volike i kala fai mai ola u ia nga fokuanga i usom ko fa fingi ko fai mai kalengi kal fo sam
ia le whaukuanga. Ia awole whawaiwai. Ia whamalolosi le kāringi. Ai mai sean ngei mea le pese leanga e whaingaka ia whaingaka mai sea ia ua ia. O le kangoa au ia ua ia lau au experience. E se le whaingaka o ngā maku mai ia makue o mai e kuli kāringi lea o ngā ele o vai e maua mai se lengi i le mele o le kālengi o pese. Ai se longa o makua okay al pese ka tola le lei ai le manager o develop ma o alu i luma i le kālengi. Fkua kau i loa i la ia o se kulanga whapenga. Okay lo, le ai o le mea ia kau ma whai ia. O ngā foi ngā o le kako porkalame. Whaalawi loa i fo ia kālengi o ngai kako alo, mga i o kako whangau, o le uso fo ile ia tunia. Whaalawi loa ia le porkalame po musika fo i o lo whapenga, hae mai. Pea mawhai aku, ia, kele o lewa kako ia i kaimi i ka ua new age fo ngani. Ele o avangoa e mawhai o ngā alo e kangaka e whai mai e se pese e se fia le whaalongo le kangaka. Ia, o lea kako koe oso akus kako break lea. Kako koe fo i mai la ia, wha umala ia o le kako interview ma junior. Ai so o mai ma skama le o Shane Senturi. Ia, lafo aku lave ki o ia, po lea kako pese le so.
Ia. Samoa o le pesele so o le e fai o le mai lava ia pole alofa o le pesenga le releasing o le kau fuafua o new releases e ku kon le album nga release la ia ngai kau sanga pe pole alofa ile li ai ia o le ngwanga le pesel mai lava fa fonga mai pe ia ai seki Mana o lava it's tangi o tuli lava yana fiatine out to wala te foi ona fangala au mali tu umaya yellow lima it will over for ilo fiatine ala sautala I know what to ala with us the eye te audia away sautali wa only lava would you be my lover yes no ole a sautala if you wanna be my lover, let me know. Would you be my lover? Sungatini sawe face tatala. Elima fena over angaluina. Etimi mua mona over ai. Oh falling alale lewa oh pisse ai. Sunga e wana o oi. Sa ufa apa ia ta ua. Ia ta ua luma ole tua sa uni mai. Would you be my lover? Yes, no. Ole a es cautela. No, yes. And if you wanna be my lover, let me know. Would you be my lover?
Yeah, malo lava ia le whaafongafonga Samoa. Yeah, o se tasi fo ina o new release. O le ali pesel nei o junior sangele ia fa malo tu fo ia tu o ia le loto tele le tale e sel mana yo nai pese ia ta tu fa longo ia le nei po ia ai mai sia le release ko ai lungo o kako show ia a o le tato fesili muli ia le foi ia le fa fonga mai foi o Samoa o fea se mea o lo eva ai se taunu unga lei o lo tale ni pol mele tam fai ai e umalo lea lo ia ona tato anga ia tulo la ia le sita le si guest ai o fea se taunu unga where do you want to end up ai tonu o le industry le o musika
Canberra sit ka wor sit mo holile le so ia ulava ia ma la kon fai le musika kai mi o nga se ifam kala ku pele mele o kai mi o le ka slow down le lunga musika o nga le ka focus mo mo fai se inga ia once a pure lo inga ia ko get back lo la ia le fai le musika ia ma whakau ngu o e lo ngisio o moe mikinga o lo mawhau ai ke mga o ia ila ko mawhai peila o le a fo perform le i lunga stage pe whaingi au show fo ingai ia pongi show ngisi kaka ngisi au pese alo Samoa malanga me Samoa ngei e mga fo inga le e o ko support ai e whainga o walu e a fo support ai fo inga le at least ka lo e perform i lunga le stage ia pe fo i fa poiponga ia ngisi lava mea you know special occasions for inga e mau ngi vala ulia ile skai mio lumo em whainga walu perform ai mainly ala o focus ale ia ke manga o ia reach lo kong faile ia i lungor me ngaka inga ia ve ia o masika ma pese sa mo inga le makua ma ngai al whainga o musika ngei ai Brisbane o ko ke lau pese le ia male afo Malesi mo mikinga le ia se tangata fo inga le make va alua ngei Brisbane ia po se let's say a producer fo inga le skanga ka mfainga sosoangi inga ia kingi laula u fa mo lo ke mga awai ai o ia o lo tala tuna li uso ai o ke fia malanga fo o ke fia alu fo isa mo mangi usila e ko sa ngei pe se kai mo limo pe lo le kam fa ia wai meio con seki mangi show ai fa mo la vaile li uso fa mo la vaile tu e fo i mai ka ko le poko maloko makala e fai me uma ka o mo mikinga ia e fa fe ngai mai tatou ai o le mea ngaro ke mga o ka mwhainga ia reach le level le ilunga POC so ia o ilunga la ko level
ia ma rola ia ngau ko fa fonga mai ia a fai e iai seisi o lo fa fonga mai e iai se awala e mau ai se peise se manager fo ngale so swangi ile kalengi o tunia ia longo mai le ia le sosoangi kalengi o ngai o ka ko ala mfanga o Samoa ai mai sia ka i vai kau ngai ia o a ia fo i se manga o mia ia tunia la ko pese i lang fai poiponga ia e kaunga kale rate ala fa pa u ak mo o ko ia ia foi se mga o mia ia a fai o lo malanga mai ngisi mai mai New Zealand po Samoa ia kele nga performi o i me o siva ia o lo ava ngoa ia tunia e nga ke suaku ia sosoangi fo i nga ia ngai acts fo ngale ale yo o le main act
that's right
ia o le ngau ka inga ia yo o ai lunga le main act ia junior pe ia malanga ia ai le mafai pe hale ka ko so kau au maka ko sosoangi i siuso ia po le akali i foi ia awa ia le ka mafai ngolanga ka lengi ia fafkai aku ia ki oe junior ia mo le fafongo inga lo kaimi mo moli aku le anga fafkai ia e le faingo fie ia ngai vai kau ia o lo ia foi ia sia wainga ia o lo e como fai e kausi ia ngai alo mafanga ia au faavango lava lo kaimi e ke su mai ai ia awaia fa kalongoinga mal ka kopo kalame Laulua Fesilafa'i ia o le akako o lo la ia le break ia ai lafu aku lo sunga ia mo ka ko pese lea o nga so mai la ia malakako kako guest nunga lua. Yeah, for those of you who are wondering what's up next, we are just going to go to a quick break, a song, another new release that'll come out that is being released tonight by Junior. But up next we have our very own Pasifika principal psychologist Shane Senituli, who is joining us in the studio tonight. He will be on the show. We'll be talking to him about obviously what it's like to be a Pasifika psychologist, what it's like to be a business owner, what it's like to run a practice in psychology here in Australia. So, la whakuro sunga.
Kai, ia ele whamai alka whatatanoanga maka ia momola mole whawhikai ke le uso le vango whaauru o la onga le fiolo ko ia onga le whala au whai uso foi o le uso whala au tua e choi la po kalami ia o kei lo foi o le amakanga le o lo ia foi o la kam whai me ka musika. This is just the beginning for myself, and it's a big opportunity as well for me to express my talent. If ole afakat kali mai pea ia koe mga amia se kai mi foi ngale koe join mai foi ia wo vala au mai foi or kai mi release ai ngai ia le album. Hopefully le kongi ka usanga pul fai unga. Yo kake whenonga ka I lava o ke whawhikai o le uso o lo o whawangofi o la pukalame au wai mai ai au wale ia whaatatanoanga matango whiali nei a fiafi o te whawhitai atu fo I Samoa I lau whaafonga ia malau taputapua I mai fo ia o alo nei tama whanau o lo tunu a wawa talatanoanga I tāleni nei a fiafi ia matutela lofa tele mo o tau Samoa ia sia watunu pele ia ai ole fa mai alma fa talo ngal pesele e ka ole I do pe onga mention ko le fonga ka pokalame e fa ngo pese me fa boy ponga le pesele fa ka fa boy ponga ole me fou le kala pe pa ila kamale me fou le la ka kala ku ni mai o ni me kuai le me ku ele fa no longo asis ngalo kamale ho fa no longo le e pesele fa ngol I do e fa ka mo fa poiponga ia o I lava o lo sa nge fa sanga I do ia po sanga I did ia po sanga I don't ia pesere mo ko ai whawhikai whela uso lo I koe o mole ngaluenga makango fie ai ka koe wheloa I sis kaimi Samoa ta iso manuia la fiafi
tai
Alua ina
There were no Samoan lawyers in this industry back in the day that were doing what I'm doing, which is giving back to the Pasifika community. A lot of people see lawyers in the negative light, and my job is to change it. And how do we do that? Step by step. We build the trust in the community. And that's all I want to do, is I just want to help my people and do good things for my people. The biggest problem is that we're underrepresented. We are unaware of our rights and our entitlements. My job as a Pasifika lawyer in Queensland is to educate our people. The best part of my job is being able to see the smile on my people's faces, to be able to see them progress on and move on with their lives. We have a saying in our firm that says, you know, our job or our mission is to enrich the lives of every single one of our clients. And I believe that to be very true. The best part of my job is leaving our clients in a better position than before they met us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I promised you, we are starting 2024 with a big line of guests. So we've just had music artist Junior Mangele in the studio, and up next we've got our very own. This is the only Pasifika psychologist, principal psychologist that I know of, and he owns his own practice. He goes by the name of Shane Senituli, and his practice name is Maximise Performance Psychology. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Shane. How are you going, Shane?
Yeah, good. Good. Thanks, Sanal. It's been really good. Been a good start to the year. So, thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. No, it's my pleasure. Like I said, it's our job, and this is a platform that I like to use, obviously, to expose our people, expose our community who are in these businesses or these positions that no one knows about. It's our I call it my duty to make sure that our community knows, because you tell me, you know, like born in Tonga, you come from Tonga, or you Tongan heritage?
So it's a bit of a story, Sanal, but first generation born here in Australia. So first generation Australian born Tongan from my father's side, and then mum's side is Papua New Guinea Chinese. So a bit of a fruit salad.
Yeah.
which is what I like to say.
Definitely a fruit salad. And tell me, Shane, I guess we'll get into the psychology stuff a little bit later, but tell me a bit about your upbringing. Was it similar to like a normal Pacific Islanders upbringing, you know, child's upbringing, rugby, you know, you get into sport, you know, you tell me.
Yeah, so pretty similar, I guess, with my father, who's from Tonga, and mum's born in Papua New Guinea in Rabaul. Being born here was, I guess, it was a bit of a different experience from some of my cousins and family who were born back home in Tonga or over in NZ and come over. But the thing that was the same experience was actually rugby. So that was the thing that really connected me in the culture. So growing up in Brisbane, like many other Pasifika kids, rugby union was the sport. Playing at school, I think I started at around 10 years old, over at Sunnybank Rugby Union Club. So shout out to Sunnybank Rugby Union. So that's, I guess that was my upbringing, going to school here in Brisbane, and then also on the south side, graduating from year 12 and then hitting university. So that was a little bit of my experience growing up.
Perfect. Well, look, I think everyone has that upbringing. Every Samoan, Tongan, PNG, Fijian, if you're Pacific Islander, you have played rugby as a child at least once. If not professionally or in an actual club, you at least play with your cousins or your brothers or sisters. And shout out to the sisters who also play rugby, because it's not only us boys that play. You know, our Pasifika women, you see it on the NRLW. A lot of our Pasifika women are really showcasing their talents there and making use of the taro and the fa'i that everyone does. But tell me, as a it's what I find a little bit different is a rugby player who's obviously gone through and pursued psychology. What was that journey like coming through? Obviously, high school. Were you did you go straight into it or?
So it wasn't a straight path for me. So one of the things straight after high school, I would say my high school experience, like many other Pasifika boys my age back then, rugby was the plan A. So there was no plan B. I did a rugby program at school and I was hoping to play for the Wallabies. That didn't work out. But yeah, one of the things for me was straight after school, I actually went to Griffith and I did a bit of public health. And then from there went straight into psychology and exercise science. So the one thing that I was really passionate about was sport and was rugby. So I was like, how can I? It doesn't look like the rugby dream's gonna stay alive, but how can I keep my feet in that industry? So so went and I did a double degree in psychology and exercise science. I wasn't good at maths, so I dropped the exercise science and then I continued with psychology. But one of the things that really made me interested in that space was that when it comes to rugby and sport, there's a whole mental aspect that can help with our performance. If things aren't going well off the field for some of these players in the NRL, NRLW, Super Rugby Pacific, Super W, then if things aren't going well off the field, then it can impact their performance on the field. So that was one thing that really helped me get into the psychology space. Yeah.
And how long is the degree in psychology? Is it like a 3-year, 4-year degree?
Yeah, so it's so the degree is around I think it's a minimum of five years study. So 5 to 6 years of study where you've got to go through a bachelor, 3-year bachelor, 4th-year degree, and then a postgraduate degree, which can be 1 year or 2 years, depending on the masters. So it is a bit of a long path, but something that I encourage other Pasifika students, if they're at universities, whether it's and they're interested in psychology, I really encourage them. Even though it sounds like a bit of a long path, I really encourage them to keep going and to pushing through that space.
And that goes to show, if you're looking or you're interested in psychology, who's to say that you can't do it? This is living proof that Samoan or Tongan or Fijian or whatever Pacific Island psychologists are around. You can do it. And shout out to Griffith University, because I also went to Griffith University. And no disrespect to the other universities, but it made a psychology and it also made a lawyer. So you're doing pretty well.
I also did go to QUT as well, so I've got to shout out to QUT too.
Okay, shout out to QUT, all right.
But one thing, I think while we're talking about universities, Sano, is the one thing that back in my days, it was there wasn't many Pasifika students. So it's great to see that some of these universities like Griffith, UQ, QUT, ACE, they've got now Pasifika student associations. So really good to have that support for those guys coming through through that study. Yeah,
and what we'll find in the coming years, especially with the changes in the laws with citizenship and the access to higher education, you're going to find more and more islanders in the space. And if it's a space that you're interested in, go for it. Shane here has already kind of given you the roadmap. It's a 4 to 5 year or 5 year journey, but in the end, you become a psychologist. I do not know any other Pasifika psychologists around, so it's a first for me. But in terms of, definitely a massive influence, or the Pasifika, associations a really, really, really good thing. I was the president of GPA, and I can't remember when, it was a long time ago, which was the Griffith Pasifika Association. But at that, just at the base level, to have a lot more islanders in higher education it's a blessing in disguise, and it's really good to see. But Shane, tell me, after uni, you've graduated, you come out, you're in the field. Do you come out and did you go straight to work for another company, or did you come out straight away and think to yourself, I'm actually going to go start my own thing, build my own legacy?
So my pathway was, while I was studying, I did a bit of youth support work. So working in residential care with kids who are under child safety. After I graduated, so I went straight into corrections. So adult corrections, working in a mainstream high security prison, and that's where, I learned a lot of experience in that space. And then working with an NGO, again going back to working with those kids in residential care. So some of that work there again was in the therapy space. So it was more that one-on-one space with those, with the young people there. And then I looked into venture into private practice. So at the moment I work part-time part-time private practice, and then also part-time Queensland Health. So it's a little bit of a mix, which I kind of like that combination. But I felt I needed to go into private practice because there wasn't many other Pasifika psychologists in the mental health space. So. And that was back in 2017, 2018. So the path for me was, it wasn't a direct path to coming into the space and now working with Pasifika, our Pasifika community. It was kind of like, it was kind of like a bit over here, a bit over there. And then now sort of, really sort of working now into the community and trying to help our people. Yeah.
So it's never set, I guess. Your path was never set. You're not your usual. You do this and then you go into this and then you get this job, which is really good to see. Secondly, you touch on a few things in terms of your involvement in the community. Can you elaborate more on, I guess, your involvement in the community?
Yep.
Shane?
So one of the things with maximised performance psychology is working within the community space. So as I was saying before, rugby is a big big part of my childhood. So I'm actually looking to roll out a mental health awareness program to grassroots footy clubs. So whether they're rugby union or rugby league, but it's just basically going out to some of these rugby league, rugby union clubs and trying to create a bit of awareness of maybe what mental health is, and also trying to maybe break down some of the shame or stigma that comes along with it. So that's a project there that I'm looking to roll out over the next few months. So really keen and excited to be doing that stuff in the community. So that's really some of the community work that I do. I've also I've done a guest workshop with Nadi's Club, which is a group for Pasifika men, by Pasifika men within the southeast Queensland. So shout out to Nadi's Club as well. They're doing some great work in our community, particularly on the southeast.
And you do touch on a bit of, you have a rugby history. Tell us more about the rugby side of things, because I do know that you have a bit of, you still keep in touch with that side in a professional capacity. So tell us more about that.
Yep. So one of my roles, I'm the club-based psychologist for the Redcliffe Dolphins, and also one of the club-based psychologists for the Gold Coast Titans. So I'm part of the NRL Mental Health Network, and also support players within the Super Rugby, Super W, in that space. So being in that space and that community, when we're looking at our Pasifika players, both men and women, I think we make up in both rugby league and rugby union up to 45% of the actual playing group. So really a big space there in terms of the support that's needed there. So it's really awesome to see, particularly within sports and being part of the NRL Mental Health Network, that they're really funding that that support for the players, that they're really thinking about all that stuff that happens off the field and really looking after the players. Both on and off the field.
Yeah, I was one as well who wanted to obviously do something with rugby players, because obviously playing rugby, I came to quickly realise that rugby wasn't going to be wasn't going to realize as a dream for myself. So I took the educational route. But in terms of, I guess you tell me, I'm not the professional, you probably deal with it more. Mental health is a big thing, and mainly in our it's becoming more and more obvious in our community, especially the Pasifika community. What's something that you, I guess, an issue that you're seeing in the community, in the Pasifika community?
So I think, like when we look at the stats, particularly statistics, and we don't have a lot of data around our Pasifika and Māori communities when it comes to mental health, but looking at the stats from Queensland Health, our Pasifika community are actually more prone to experiencing mental health issues than the Australian population. And also we're less likely to seek help. So that's probably two of the big things for me that comes to mind when we're looking at our Pasifika community, how we can actually create more awareness around it, and then try and break down things like shame that maybe sits around mental health. I think when you're looking at it from a cultural lens, and I know when I'm talking about that cultural view, and I'm thinking back to generations before me, grandparents who have come over from Tonga, that view around spirituality, or if maybe something has been done in the families, they've done something wrong by someone else, and then that's a spiritual thing that's happened, or it's a curse. That's the cultural. And I guess now with many families migrating over to Australia and to the Western society, things start to change. So I guess there is a lot of shame around it, and I guess my role in this space is trying to create more awareness and try and break down that shame or stigma that sits around it.
There you have it. I think very important that to acknowledge that, number one, there are mental issues. There are massive mental health issues in the community, mainly in the Pasifika community. But I guess the biggest thing that we need to do is obviously work on seeking the help. As a Pasifika psychologist, you probably don't see that many Pasifika men and women approach you just purely because of the cultural, I guess the cultural barriers around it and the shame, like you explained. So if you're out there and you know that you're going through a tough time and you need to speak to someone professionally, consult or come and speak to Shane. We'll obviously post his details and his business details down, so you can actually get in contact, speak to him, get the help you need, because mental health is on the rise, and we're seeing the rate of suicide go higher and higher every year. I don't have the exact statistics, and you're the professional in this, but all I know is that the rates just keep increasing as we go. So we're going to take a quick break now. When we come back, we're going to move into obviously the business and explore the business, explore being a entrepreneur in this case, where he runs a business also in the private sector, but he's also in government, also in the community, and just in general what he does on a day-to-day. So we're going to go to a break now, and we're going to get it with the song. We're going to play another new release by Junior Mangele, and the name of the song is Freedom. So tune in, and we'll see you soon.
For my freedom, I feel so broken, be held down, please I'm crying out to you. Oh God, this life is so unfair.
I'm on my worst, all I'm feeling is to take my life. I'm in need of help, Lord, in my pain. Oh God, you're all I need. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Just hold on and I'll be right there.
faitama.
Ele me faz se tensiona por fora una ole atu alitali tatu tu atu loile tama oh yeah we mana tatu ola. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Just hold on and I'll be right there. And if you ever thought about taking your life, keep your head high and never give up. Keep walking, I'll be shining my light. My child, don't fear, I'll be right there. I'll be right there.
Smile to the world, fire burning inside me. Lord help me, I'm calling. I don't really know what my purpose in life. Only you can decide. If the power investing in you, I cannot fight.
I am the way, the truth, and the life. Just hold on and I'll be right there. And if you ever thought about taking your life, keep your head high and never give up. Keep walking, I'll be shining my light. My child, don't fear, I'll be right there. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Just hold on and I'll be right there. And if you ever thought about taking your life, keep your head high and never give up. Keep walking, I'll be shining my light. My child, don't fear, I'll be right there. I'll be right there.
All right, welcome back to the show. I'm here with Shane Tenituli, Principal Psychologist of Maximise Performance Psychology. And just before we were talking about, obviously, issues with mental health, I guess, and we'll move on now to, I guess, we'll go first to how you can access, the help. So if you're watching and you're dying to figure out, how do I go see Shane? Or how do I go find, or how am I able to see Shane? Shane, I'll hand it over to you because I'm not the professional, you are. How does our community get to you? How do they contact you, and how do they sit and get to being in the room with you, talking to you about their mental health issues?
Yeah, so one of the things, or ways to access help is going through Medicare. So that's around going to your GP or your doctor and getting what we call a mental health care plan. So a mental health care plan entitles you to 10 Medicare rebated sessions per calendar year. And so that's, I guess that's one way to get a referral in order to see someone like myself, like a psychologist. You know, there are also other supports. So sometimes even with employers, so sometimes they'll have what we call a EAP or Employees Assistance Program. And sometimes through that organisations, they'll support their staff or their workers to actually access free confidential counselling as well. But in terms of psychology, yeah, a mental health care plan through a GP where you can get up to 10 Medicare sessions per calendar year is one way to see a psychologist.
Perfect. Well, put simply, if you need help with your mental health, you go to the GP, number one. You need to go to the GP, and Medicare offer a service where they pay for 10 sessions every year, all right? But all you have to do is report to the GP and ask for a mental health plan.
Mental health care plan, yeah.
Mental health care plan, all right? If you need to see a psychologist, go to the GP and ask for a mental health care plan, and then ask for your referral to go to see Shane, okay? That's the most important thing, because I guess from my perspective, Shane, it's always good to have someone who's lived the lifestyle, who's grown up in the culture. So obviously they're qualified to talk about the cultural stuff. You understand our Pasifika people more than anyone else, I guess. You, especially from an experience perspective, you're Pasifika yourself. So if you are looking for, if you're out there and you need to speak to someone and you feel, oh, I'm not too sure if they're going to understand where I'm coming from, nah, do not worry at all. We've got one of our own in the industry. Shane Senituli, remember the name, get your mental health care plan and go see Shane, okay? He'll be able to speak to you, break down those cultural barriers, break down those, I guess, those barriers that you put up and help solve your mental health issues. All right, now it might not be overnight and definitely won't be overnight, but he can definitely help you build a plan towards getting yourself to a better place. All right, so and what I was going to say, Shane, is how should our people view mental health?
Yeah, so I guess one way to view mental health is, particularly in this space, is actually, if you look at mental health, you can actually view it the same way as your physical health. So physical health, for example, if we think of if you got an injury, whether it's like maybe a broken ankle or a sore shoulder, maybe it's a hamstring pull, after a rugby match, what we tend to do is, you go to the doctor or you go to the physio, you do your exercises, you build that muscle, you make it stronger, and then you get back out onto the field, or you go back to work. So you can think of your mental health the same way. So if things, maybe things are stressful at work, maybe there are some relationship issues, maybe you're feeling sad a little bit more than usual, maybe angry a bit more than usual, or worried or anxious. So those are some signs that are very much similar to, like a broken ankle or maybe like a hamstring tear. So once you start to recognise some of those signs, then it's like, okay, that's the same way we can view our mental health is the same way we see our physical health. So I guess when you look at a psychologist, we try and give you exercises and tools to help you train the brain, because you can train the brain the same way you can train your physical body.
And the most important thing is, obviously, I know there are islanders out there, or our Pasifika community get injured and just sit on it, all right? You just sit on your injury and you don't do anything about it. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is, if you have a sore shoulder, you go see the GP. Same way as if you think and if you know that you're a bit more agitated, if you're a bit sadder than usual, you go see a GP, get the psychologist, come see Shane, okay? Go see the psychologist. It's the same way, that's what Shane is trying to explain here. Don't have these things and just sit there, all right? If you got an injury, whether it be physical, whether it be mental, go speak to a medical professional, okay? Shane, just to finish us off, I really wanted to touch a bit more on, I guess, your business. What's the day-to-day, or how does? I'm just trying to think of how to word the question. The question is, in terms of running a business, what's it like to run a business, and what are some tips you can give to our people out there who are wanting to obviously practice in psychology and one day run their own practice?
I think probably one of the biggest things that led me to where I am at the moment is looking at who is already in the industry and learning from others. So learning from other psychologists and the way they structure their private practice and their business was a big thing for me. But in terms of a typical day, Sanal, it's I'm over just across the road here at Browns Plains Family Practice. So, but it would be coming into the clinic there where there are other GPs. I've got my consultation room that's there. So very similar to going to see your doctor. And then I'd see clients there throughout the day. And also one of the things is, particularly with our Pasifika community, it's you don't have to just come alone. You can bring someone from the family, you can bring a friend, you can bring any family members that maybe you feel comfortable in bringing to this space. So, so that's probably a typical day for me. Other than that, it's either travelling up to Redcliffe, seeing some of the players up there, or down the Gold Coast and seeing some of the Titans players down there. So it's a really bit of a mix in terms of what I do from a day-to-day basis.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is our very own Pasifika principal psychologist, Shane Senitoli. Now look out for him because he is rolling out the community program in the grassroots. So I guess we'll finish off with that and you can tell him a bit about the program that's rolling out in the community.
Yeah, so the program is a mental health awareness program. It's called the Head High program, so it's looking after our heads and looking after our minds, and it's focused on the grassroots footy clubs, particularly down in southeast Queensland. So looking at creating awareness for mental health, trying to break down some of the barriers and shame and stigma, and also trying to look at ways that we can support and what support is available. So these are, as I was saying before, for rugby union, rugby league clubs in that southeast Queensland area where it's a free mental health program. Particularly aimed at one of the spaces is aimed at our Pasifika communities, because when we're looking at our Pasifika communities, we're really, footy, rugby league, rugby union is part of part of the culture.
Part of the culture.
So keep an eye out. I've got Instagram, Maximise Performance, and also my contact details, email and contact number. So happy to be contacted anytime.
We will put all of the details for both Junior, Sangele, and also Shane on in the comments section. So if you want to find Shane or Junior, just comment or just look into the comments and we'll put it after the show. Not now, after the show. But for now, Shane, thank you for your time. And we will definitely see you again on the show and we'll talk about more issues a bit later on, okay?
Thank you.
Samoa le nuu o te nofo ai Pe wha pe whea na ngalo atu o I lewa ai Samoa o le penina o te fia I ai O solela susulu mai ma o mana tua ai La u Samoa te nofo ai Pe wha pe whea na ngalo atu o I lewa ai Samoa o le penina o te fia I ai Hangi mai se matangi e momoli atu ai Samoa, Matalasi Angi mai se matangi Te momoli atu ai O alofa ila Samoa, Matalasi O aolelea fa asolo solo La foia o na paolo Lona sami I la pe asulungia ele masina Pe wha pe whea na ngalo atu oe a ita Samoa o le penina oe o le vasa Pasifika Tangi mai se matangi Se mamori atu ai O alofa ila u Samoa Matalasi Tangi mai se matangi E mamori atu ai O alofa ila u Samoa fefea na ngalo atu olo wingoa Samoa ole penina oe ole basa loloa
Welcome back to our show, Laulua Fesilafa'i. We've just had Shane principal psychologist, Pasifika psychologist, join us on the show. Previously, we were Tuna Maniela, music artist, producer, makes his own music, released all of his music. Tonight, we definitely have a few more coming up. But up next is our final guest, and you'll be familiar with him because he has been on the show a couple of times, and he is a great supporter of the show and great supporter of Laulua Fesilafa'i, and I'd like to thank him for obviously making his time available. Ato Plotsiki Whaongali, his chief titles Se Wa'i and Tupuola, o le ale oa se whamatalanga matai i o tō Paia, Masa, Se Wa'i po Tupuola, o le ata atia, o le ata whaasolo i a tato po kalame, ia a wao pa ia le popo i o tō Paia, mo tō Malu. Just checking.
Sorry, I can't hear anything, guys. Hello, hello. Sorry, just can't hear anything. Hello.
Technical difficulties on the live, and look, it's all good. All right, it's okay.
Hello.
Thank our guests tonight for making their time available. Obviously, they've got families, kids, partners that they need to go home to, but they've made their time available. They're here now, and they're still supporting the team. And I think we've got our guy, not Paralympics, sorry, I thought.
Hey, here's a. I'm good.
Last time we spoke and you were getting ready for South Pacific Games. We're obviously here now after South Pacific Games, so I hand it over to you. Let us know, give us a bit of an update, Ato.
Yeah, I was training hard. I trained hard for South Pacific Games and qualified for the Olympics. I won gold at the South Pacific Games. I had 3 fights, 3 wins, 2 TKOs, and then one win by decision, unanimous decision. So it was a good journey. I'm now training for the Olympics, which is July, August, and also just working as a boxing coach as well on the side. Yeah, at the local PCYC.
Well, just like to put my hands together for you, Ato. Firstly, massive congratulations to obviously being winning and qualifying for the Olympics. It's so rare for, I guess, Pasifika sports people to make it into the Olympics. So the pure fact that you've qualified for the Olympics, it's a massive achievement, and we're all behind you, Ato, and we all want to congratulate you here from the Pasifika TV and radio show, especially us here at the Laulua Fesilafa'i, and your sponsors, WT Compensation Lawyers, for your tireless efforts, and obviously the fruits of your labour are now here. You're now preparing for the Olympics. And tell me, what was it like? What was that feeling like? Because there are videos all over social media, but I want to hear from you, man. What was the experience like?
Winning the South Pacific Games, yeah, it was good, especially qualifying for the Olympics. First two fights felt a little bit off because of the weather, and I had a kilo or two over. But other than that, I felt confident in my ability. It's all mindset, to be honest. Like if you go in there with a losing mindset, or you're not ready to fight, then you're gonna lose. So I had a good mindset, good preparation, and yeah, I felt good in there. Like first fight, the Tongan was really rangy, but I just got on the inside and fought him, and yeah, I got the TKO. Same as the Cook Islands, couldn't handle the pressure, so I got the victory as well. So I was very blessed. Yeah, the game plan worked out from my dad, my coach. So yeah, now it's on to the bigger games, Olympics, and we're gonna focus on that and hopefully podium at that. That's the goal. So yeah, just focus right now.
I saw something, or I read something on the newspaper saying there was a lot of talk about Australia, the Australian camp, and them dominating the boxing sport in the South Pacific Games. Obviously, because they have a lot of good services here. But you know, tell me, what was it like was it stop the whitewash?
Yeah, just I feel like he had a lot of the, what's the word? He had a lot of the motivation because all his teammates were winning. I think they had like that day like 7 Australians win in a row, or 6 Australians win in a row. I'm not too sure how many, but all the Australians won except for him. I think there was like 12 of them. Yeah, so I just felt confident in my ability. I didn't think that he could take my power and handle the pressure. He's never been at these big games and stages. So yeah, I just used my experience over him, and I won the fight. So yeah, just I don't feel the pressure, but I enjoy it as well, the pressure. So like that's the good thing about me is I like when the crowd goes off or the crowd boos. Doesn't matter what happens. I love that pressure.
Atmosphere like that all? Because obviously you had the South Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands this year, and
Yeah.
what was that like to be obviously in Solomon Islands? What's that experience?
The atmosphere was really good, especially the finals, because they didn't want the Australian to win. So yeah, they all the islands, the Solomons, the New Zealanders, the Samoans, Tongans, everyone, Fijians, all were cheering for me. And when I got out of the ring, everyone was jumping on me and taking photos. It was great, great atmosphere and great experience as well. Like once in a lifetime to be the only Samoan in other country to get a gold medal in boxing. So it was great experience, like to podium and get the Olympic ticket.
Well, we all congratulate you, Ato, and another South Pacific Game medal or gold medal around your neck. Now you're preparing for Paris. Is it Paris?
Yeah, Paris, France.
And that's in August, is it?
July, but it stretches into to August as well.
Okay. And how are your preps going for the Olympics?
Yeah, we're starting camp soon. We're staying fit, we're staying ready, but we're just not going into serious camp. But we are training right now. Yeah, staying fit for the games. So we're just staying fit, staying ready. Gonna make a few preparations and hopefully do something soon, some camps maybe, and yeah, and just try and do it as best as we can to get a medal. That's the goal.
And tell the truth, Ato, how many Big Macs are you having a week?
I had to give it up after last year. Too many after the victory, but now we're good. I haven't had Macca's in since last year, so doing good so far.
And you did mention that you're doing a lot of I guess boxing training. Is that at a gym or do you do that personally?
I'm doing it at the gym. I'm doing it at the place that I work at, Campbelltown PCYC. So I'm also the coach there, and my dad's the coach as well. So yeah, full-time boxing coach. So bit of a juggle, but it's good. It's good because I enjoy teaching people and I enjoy boxing. So it goes hand in hand with what I'm doing, which is, well, literally because I'm a boxer and I'm teaching boxing.
A massive shout out to obviously the Campbelltown PCYC for supporting Ato in terms of in relation to the boxing. It's one thing to obviously do boxing and obviously work full time on the side, but if he's obviously in the gym, he's training people. I guess it's a blessing in disguise, right? You're still keeping fit while not really doing your training.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I've never enjoyed work so much. Like, when you do your labor job or whatever you're doing, like you're just like going through the motions, but like time goes so fast for me. Like, doesn't feel like a 9 to 5 to me. So I really enjoy the boxing, teaching boxing, teaching kids and also adults how to box. Yeah, there's a lot of good potential out there. Just they need to keep coming, and yeah, maybe they'll be the next Olympian or Commonwealth Games or whatever they want to be. Yeah, there's a lot of good potential out there in Australia.
And in the meantime, in the build up to France or to the Olympics, do you have any fights? I don't imagine you'd have any fights because you don't want to injure yourself in the meantime, right?
We're planning on to, because a lot of the other countries are too, but to be honest, it's not all locked in yet. But we're planning for Fiji in June, but it's still 50-50, not confirmed. Yeah, but that's the Oceania. I think it's Oceania Games. But yeah, that would be a good tournament to just not so much warm up, but like get some fights in there just before.
Because and financially, Ato, it's a massive investment to obviously go to the Olympics. You obviously have support from sponsors. You obviously have support from your country in Samoa, your family, your friends. Are you getting any other support, or is there this is opportunity? This is an opportunity for you to put it out there if you are needing help financially, because Samoan teams or Pasifika teams, generally most of the time they're dying or they're crying out for sponsors to help fund these trips.
Yeah, definitely need the sponsorship. Usually it's family. So yeah, usually it's his family. Like Moso here, he's one of my family. But yeah, definitely looking for sponsorships. Yeah, I'd be grateful for whatever we get. To be honest, yeah, just it's hard to, especially for the international camps. I've done it previously. Yeah, it's really good. Like you need it, but it's hard to get the funding for it. I know it's expensive, so that's another thing. Finance. That's probably one of the biggest things with I think with all sports as well is just finance. Yeah, a lot of good talent out there. Yeah, it's just that we don't have the finance. Yeah, that's about it.
Is it all
It's-
self-funded? Is it all
Sorry?
self-funded? I thought, do you get some help from obviously it's the Samoan government or the Olympic Committee?
Oh, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. We do get funded for the Olympic Games and stuff, and the like Oceania Games and all the major tournaments. But if we want to go to training camps and stuff, usually that's all self-funded.
Is there anyone you want to see or you want to go up against again? Because I know you had the Commonwealth Games last time, but is there anyone you want to go up, anyone in particular you want to go up against in the Olympics?
There's a lot of people I would want to rematch. I would love to fight against England again. I thought I won against him, but it is what it is. But I don't know if he's gonna be in there because he lost at the European trials. So if he wins the whole world trials, he might be able to. But other than that, I would love to fight the number 1 Russian. That would be a great experience. I would love to fight him. And the Cuban as well. He's very good. It's just it's all a journey for the, what do you say, for the professional career, the amateurs. So yeah, just build my confidence and build my resume and the amateurs.
And then and lastly, Atul, where do you plan on going after the Olympics? What's the plan after the Olympics?
Just go full-time professional, and yeah, just stick it out with the coaching, the boxing coach role. So yeah, that's the 2 things that I'm gonna do is yeah, do what I love and box more, but box professionally for the money. Not for the money, but like I wanted something new, new experience, new challenges. So that's why we're going to the professional ranks. I feel like I've been in the amateurs for a long time. Been amateur since I was 14. So that's I think 11 years now. So yeah, a long time for me.
And yeah, hopefully you've got the likes of Jayo Pitaya and all of those boys who are obviously in the Pro League now who will get around you. So I'll put this to you, Atul. Would you be open to coming up in the lead up to obviously the Olympics? Because it'd be great to have you here in Brisbane and have the Brisbane community get around you to help you in some way, shape or form. This is just an idea that I have. In some way, shape or form, have the Pasifika community here get around you and help raise some funds to help you for your trip. Would that be something that you'd be open to?
Yeah, I would definitely be open to that. I know we have a big Pacifica community in Brisbane and yeah, in Queensland. So I'd definitely like to show some love to up north. Yeah, definitely take the trip down. Yeah, for sure.
Show you how it's done, okay? Atul? We'll show you how to show the love.
in New South Wales.
All right, well, that's all we have for tonight, Atul. Thank you so much for your time. I know it's nearly 10 o'clock there, and you've got to get some rest because you've got work in the morning and also you're training in the morning. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for making your time available. Thank you for coming on the show. And then we will definitely get you on again, and let's keep this open and keep the idea open of having you up here for it. It'd be great for the community to get around you, man. Like it's your talent a lot of the time doesn't get shown in the community because you have obviously other athletes who we are also very proud of, and this is in no way, shape or form a disrespect to them, like the likes of Joseph Parker, Jayo Pitaya, Paulo Okuso, you know, those guys who kind of sometimes not steal the limelight, but everyone is, the whole community is focused on that. When you have someone, our very own, who represents Samoa, represents our Pasifika culture, who's just made it into the Olympics. So it'd be really good and also very encouraging for you to know that you have a community up here in Queensland who would love to get around you and who'd love to support you?
Yeah, it would be great. It would be great. Yeah, though I appreciate all those boys because they're big role models. Jai Pataya and Joseph Parker, they always message me and stuff. I know Paulo Augusto well as well because we went to Tokyo Olympics together. Yeah, he's another good bloke. Yeah, all good boys, and all love to them. And yeah, be great to come down, or sorry, to go up to Queensland for sure. Yeah.
All love and alofas to our New South Wales families, friends, our community there in New South Wales and Melbourne, wherever you are in Australia, wherever you are in the world and you're tuning in. I'd like to send as much love and show my support for all of you out there, and thank you for also showing your support for the show. But for today, that's it for us. I'd like to take this time to thank you for tuning in. Long show, big list of celebrities that were on the show. So thanks again, and we will definitely see you next week, and we'll have a nice, big lineup for you next week again. So tune in, guys. Ia manuia telea, ia fufuanga toi ma malolonga neipo, ia soifua ma ia manuia whaftai.
There were no Samoan lawyers in this industry back in the day that were doing what I'm doing, which is giving back to the Pasifika community. A lot of people see lawyers in the negative light, and my job is to change it. And how do we do that? Step by step. We build the trust in the community. And that's all I want to do, is I just want to help my people and do good things for my people. The biggest problem is that we're underrepresented. We are unaware of our rights and our entitlements. My job as a Pasifika lawyer in Queensland is to educate our people. The best part of my job is being able to see the smile on my people's faces, to be able to see them progress on and move on with their lives. We have a saying in our firm that says, our job or our mission is to enrich the lives of every single one of our clients. And I believe that to be very true. The best part of my job is leaving our clients in a better position than before they met us.